morning, I am Hiro Naito. Today is another beautiful day for bass fishing. Fall is getting close and I can catch a fish in a lot of different places. But today, as you can see on my back, I would like to catch a fish in that cover. Yeah, stick-ups. And when many people fish stick-ups like that, and the choice of the lure for me today is this. Yeah, deep diving crankbait. Probably not too many people select this lure to fish in the stick-ups, but some people knows it is a really good bait to catch a big ones. So I'm gonna try to do that today. The type of setup really depends on what type of cover I will be fishing. The area I am fishing today have many stick-ups, but these covers seems like have been here for many years. Many small branches has decomposed already, so my crankbait will come through the cover easier than many people think. There are no sharp edges on this cover. Therefore, I am using 16-pound braided line to increase the feel. As for fishing rod, I am using 6 feet 6 inches fast action rods. If I were fishing around rock piles or a concrete bridge pile, I wouldn't be selecting braided line. The biggest reason is that braided line does not have abrasion resistance. It will break too easy with tight line. The best things of using braided line is my feel for my crankbait. As for fishing reel, I selected popular 6:1 gear ratio. I need to slow down many occasions, so I did not select high-speed type. Only the time I feel high-speed gear ratio helps me is when big size bass charging toward to my boat. At that time, high-speed reel will make it easier to keep up with the fish. I got one! いや、ありがとうでも。Thank you! おいしょ。This bass took my lure so good. Thank you. Goodbye. Why am I selecting crankbait for today is crankbait is not the first choice for many anglers. It is understandable that many people think crankbait may hang up lots. To me, the wobbling action of crankbait appeals to bass very well to create strikes. When cover becomes heavier, many fishermen's choice will shift to soft plastics with Texas rig. I can understand Texas rig will come through covers so much easier. It can be sent into deeper side again after coming over the tree limb. With that fact, worm can be sent into any spot within the cover. I believe fish are much smarter than many people think. As many fishermen do this soft plastics approach, bass get familiar with the type of the lure. Eventually, bass will not respond as much as before. At that time, one thing across on my mind is the word reaction bite. One of the most popular lure utilizing reaction bite is a spinnerbait. Of course, using spinnerbait in place like this will produce the result. It is a good selection. I can use spinnerbait in different zones by selecting the type of the braid and the weight. It is a very effective tool to catch bass. But this approach is very popular among bass anglers also. So I start looking into the lure less popular but has high potential to create strike. What came across my mind was crankbait, which has wide and violent wobbling action. I know deep diving crankbait has steep forward leaning posture when it starts diving. This makes all the hooks are hiding backside of the lure body, which makes way less hanging up than many people think. Of course, many anglers will select shallow cover crankbait, which is excellent up to 5 feet in depth. I know very few anglers use deep diving crankbait in place like this. One tip using deep diving crankbait is not to stop. Just keep cranking. Even when I knew my crankbait is coming through in the branches or limb, I just keep cranking unless it is really hung up. When it is getting heavier and feels it may be hung up, don't panic. Just give a little slack line and wait. It may free by itself. The reason for this is that the diving lip is the cause of hang up. It is not the hook hanging up somewhere. The lip is the first contact part against the cover, and the lip against the cover is what stopping the lure. Therefore, giving a slack line will lure to float back, which will free itself from hanging up. If it doesn't free by itself, then shake the rod little. It will help loosen up the lip against the cover. Most of them will come back. Unfortunately, some of them will not free itself. At that time, I will go directly over the hang-up spot and pull my crankbait to the opposite direction. The maximum diving depth of the crankbait I'm using is about 14 feet, but I am aiming between 6 and 8 feet in depth today. My line will be caught by some branches which is located so much shallower than I am aiming for. Thus, my lure will be forced to come up shallow zone. So most of my hang-up occur around 5 feet in depth. Also, most of hang-ups happen when my crankbait is forced to come up and has to go over the branches. I am using 6 feet 6 inches rod. So I can go over the cover and stick my rod into the water to unhook my lure if it need to be. If it can't be freed or I'm fishing outside of the cover where it may go past 8 feet, then I just use lure retriever rod to get my lure back. But I seldom use it. I hang up a lot less than many people may think. Not many anglers use deep diving crankbait in area like today. I have caught not only big bass, but also have caught many bass out from the cover. I got one good. This one took my lure outside of the cover. Thank you for taking my bait. Goodbye. This type fish made me think to cast to outside edge when the cover looks dense or it shapes a point. Got one! Great! だね。Thank you. Look, I've been looking for you. This bass took my lure when the lure hit the depths I was aiming for today. That makes me happy.
いいとこかかってるし。
Hook is in good spot. Thank you. See you sometime again. She was at ideal spot. Wow, one of my hook is opened up. This would happen when I fish for heavy cover.
よいしょ。
This is a style of fishing I like lots. I need to find next one. My lure was hung up there and I was shaking to untangle when bass hit. Look! My lure was coming through many branches before I hung up.
Hold on. 枝にね、ぶつかりながらコンコンコンコン当たってたやつに食ってきたね。
This is an enjoyable fish. Thank you. Goodbye.
This is really a nice spot. Fish got to be hiding somewhere around. Now I'm hitting some branches. Coming through, coming through. Get it this spot. No. It came through. Well, he didn't take mine this time. But I enjoyed fishing today. How did you like those fishing stick-ups with using this crankbait, deep diving crankbait? This may not be the first choice, but because not too many people use it, it is really a strong and effective tool to get a bite, especially from big ones. So don't be afraid too much. Today I fished about 5 hours or so, and I hung up about 4 times. I had to go in to untangle it. It was less than 4 feet in depth where I was hung up. The reason I hung up in shallow like that was when crankbait comes through those deep water and some shallow water branches sticking out, line will pick it up and force my bait coming up. That's the time I hung up quite often. But because it's a shallow water, I don't have to use lure retriever to untangle it. I have to go in and stick my rod tip and just pick it up. So only 4 times in 5 hours, it's not that bad. And it is a really effective tool to get a bite. So next time when you go fishing stick-ups, if you don't get any strikes with whatever you're using, try those deep diving crankbait. It might change your mind of selection of the bait. See you next time.